and welcome to Poor Unfortunate Podcast. I'm Caroline Aimetti.
And I'm Conor Perkins. This is the Disney podcast for grown-ups where we shoot the shit about Disney the way that you do with your friends. Welcome to all of our returning listeners and viewers. It's great having you back here with us. And welcome to any new listeners or viewers. It's great that you hit play. Please also remember to hit follow or subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. That way all of our episodes download to your device and you don't miss out on anything. And then everybody, once we get to the end of this episode, right now if you're feeling it, hit 5 stars, leave a written review, leave a comment. It helps other people find the podcast. It helps us get seen in search results. It does so much for the podcast and is a way that you can help us grow the Poor Unfortunate fam. So thank you so much for taking the time that it takes to do that. This is our wild card episode, and we have quite an episode for you. Caroline, tell everybody what we're doing, because I don't know if I fully know what we're doing, but
allow me
we're going to figure this out.
To enlighten you.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, this is something new that we haven't really done before. We've kind of done some listener submission episodes previously, but we've just been getting into a lot of really fun conversations with all of you, in our Instagram comments, in our DMs, in the fam on Facebook, just about your Disney thoughts. So we thought we would focus this listener submission episode on 3 categories, basically, around Disney: hot takes, conspiracy theories, and hear me out. So if you don't know what that means, there is this trend that's been going around on social media where people will do like a hear me out cake, which I find so interesting. And everyone will come with a little character on a little stick that's like not a typical character that you might have, that you would think someone would have a crush on, and they'll stick it into the cake and kind of explain why and say who it is. So we solicited all of these things from all of you on TikTok, on Instagram, in the Poor Unfortunate fam, chit-chatting with you.
On Threads even?
On Threads, yes. Yeah, we've gotten submissions from all of those places. So we've got a mix of those things. Disney, like unpopular opinions, some conspiracy theories, and some hear me outs.
People that give us the tingle in the between me down there.
Damn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to make this even more interesting, rather than just sharing them with you, we are going to try to defend some of these opinions, hear me outs, and conspiracy theories.
We'll see if we can.
There's something that we're going to be a real challenge, but I look forward to that challenge.
Yeah, I think you have a better idea of what these are than I do. I think I'm going to be going in kind of blind
so that some of these were a little bit of a surprise for you. So we kind of got these submissions in 3 categories. I would say parks, films, and characters, but we're just going to mix it up and go through them and defend them. So let's start, shall we?
Let's start.
Okay. Let's start with a parks one. How do you feel about that?
That feels right.
So we're going to start with a Disney Parks hot take. This is from Lee on TikTok. And Lee says, Peter Pan's flight is not worth more than a 20-minute wait. So glad to get that off my chest.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, this one's not going to be too difficult for me. I do agree with that.
I do think, maybe I would say like 30. I would maybe up it to like 30 minute, because it is a classic. For me, it was my favorite ride as a kid. And also like when I was a kid, like it never really did have like a huge line whenever I would go.
It's just gotten so out of control as of late.
And I don't really understand why.
I don't, because it's like at first I was kind of like, okay, kids love the concept of flying, which I get. But then again, like Winnie the Pooh has fun, like you're not flying, but has fun vehicles. So I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, and also Peter Pan's flight is a continuous load and unload system. So in theory, the Winnie the Pooh ride, that has to come to like a full and complete stop when you're loading the vehicles.
I've always wondered if it has to do with the ride itself or a love for Peter Pan. And I'm like, do kids love Peter Pan like that? Like to wait 2 hours for this ride?
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I think their parents do. I think I blame
Maybe you're
us.
right. Maybe you're right.
I blame our generation actually for ballooning those wait times, because we're like, this is an essential for everyone to do. And
the best experience I ever had on that ride was last time I went to Disney World, when Magic Kingdom was open late for hotel guests.
That's
and
the
I
best time.
walked right on, and I
Yep.
was like, I was on it, and I was like, yeah, this is such a great and like charming ride. But it's because I didn't have to stand in the heat,
Yeah.
crammed into like those. I mean, some of the queue is very cute, but the interior parts of the queue are like so crammed when it's crowded. It's just it's a lot.
Yeah, when
to
it's
go
crowded,
through.
it can get stifling. And I think part of it is also, speaking about Walt Disney World in particular, I think it's because Fantasyland in general does not have as many attractions as Fantasyland in Disneyland, California.
Correct.
And
of
I
that
think
style. Yeah.
of that style, but also I think just sheer number. Because like if you think about Disneyland, you've got Snow White, you've
Mr.
got
Toad.
Pinocchio, you've got Mr. Toad,
Alice in
you've got
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, true.
You've got a ton of dark rides for kids. And in our Fantasyland, it's Winnie the Pooh and Small World and Peter Pan's Flight in terms of like indoor dark
moving
rides.
ride. Yeah.
Oh, and Ariel's Undersea Adventure.
Right. New Fantasyland.
But
right.
that's it. Otherwise, you've got Dumbo, PhilharMagic, Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Yeah.
And then Mine Train, which
Right.
a lot of kids aren't necessarily going to go on Mine Train.
Right.
But all this to say, yeah, no, I kind of agree.
Yeah, that was a nice way to ease into this.
Yeah. Sorry, Peter Pan.
Okay, let's go to a film hot take. This is from Liz on TikTok. And Liz says, Tangled the series is better than the movie.
Hi,
Okay.
Liz. Hi, Liz.
I'm going to go straight to trying to defend this.
Yeah.
Listen, I have not watched Tangled the series all the way through.
I have watched most of it.
Okay, so
I got really into it.
So start defending it for me, because I think I have some ideas of like how that can be defended. And I think a lot of it has to do with like the new characters and the music.
I think that's kind of what it is. I think it's just like there's more time spent.
Yeah.
Like there's more story, there's more lore. Like you've got the enchanted the sunflower, but then there's also like a moonflower, which like
Right, the moonflower. I remember that.
Instead of giving life, like takes life. And it's like you've got all of that stuff. So there are a lot of really, really cool things that happen in the series. So I guess in terms of just like a storytelling perspective, like, yeah, the series is going to do it for people who want just like more lore, more of what's going on in the kingdom.
I also very much enjoy the animation style. We've talked about that a
animation
little bit
style is
before.
great.
It's very comforting. I mean, both are comforting to look at, but it's very comforting to look at. I will say this has made me want to watch the series all the way through. I still haven't done that. And I think I would love it.
It's a very fun series. I was going through like, it was actually when we did our episode on Big Hero 6 the series and Tangled the series, that's what sort of like really got me going into it, and I made it very, very far through the series. I think that is certainly a hot take.
There are a few on here that I'm like, I don't really know how to defend that. This one I can.
I see you, Liz. I see you, Liz. I respect you, but you're wrong.
No, you're doing this all wrong. You have to tell Liz why they're right.
To do it?
Let's start with a little hear me out. I so enjoy these.
I do too.
So this is from Erin on Instagram, and her hear me out. She's a few. So let's start with this one. The Cave of Wonders Tiger.
Okay, this is my sister, Erin. This is my sister, Erin. I know who this is. And I know why.
Tell me.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
It's the voice.
Oh, the voice?
It's the voice, and it's the earrings. The earrings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
The little,
yeah.
like, the cartilage sort of like.
Yeah. And he has like a thick neck.
The thick neck just does it for me.
It's that Gaston neck, you know?
Yeah. All kinds of treasures down his gullet. Who knows what's brewing inside?
He's very like protective.
I mean, he's got glowy eyes.
A little scary.
Yeah, he's a little scary.
If you like like danger, the Cave of Wonders Tiger is for you. Yeah. Mysterious.
Yeah.
Ominous. He's very,
is he
dare I say, Shadow Daddy?
Yeah, I was just about to say, is he the Agrabah shadow daddy? Is he the desert shadow daddy? I think
Yes.
he is. What would his name be? Kyle?
I was hearing
No.
something with a sound. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Khal Drogo?
Call Drogo. Yes.
Khal
Khal.
Drogo. And I'm Khaleesi.
Great.
Aaron, you're Khaleesi.
Y'all are making this easy for us. That was, I see it.
I
think we've all like really thought it. We've thought it.
No, that's a tiger. That is an inanimate object. That is a structure.
Sir.
That is
Sir.
a pile of sand. That is a sandcastle. That is a building. I mean, I guess people do see Lady Liberty and kind of get the hots for her.
Never heard of that in my life.
Oh, no? Just me.
Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing.
She's stepping towards progress. She's got bare feet. Is progress hot? I thought it
Yes,
was.
progress is so hot. I mean, just look at the guy at the carousel of progress. He's hot. That's my hear me out.
That's your hear me out? The dad?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to travel through time with him. I want to find him in every lifetime.
You wouldn't be like, you're my kids now.
Come on, Uncle Orville. You're my uncle now.
Okay. So I think Cave of Wonders successfully defended.
Yes. Let's do a character hot take. This is a good one. Let's get into the meat of this here. This is from Avalon in the Poor Unfortunate Fam.
Oh, hi,
Shout out
Avalon.
Avalon. Love you. Here we go. And I so appreciate Avalon sharing this. Avalon says, I don't like Mickey. Gasp. I'm a Disney adult through and through, but not a Mickey fan. He's a little full of himself, and I get annoyed seeing him up on the parade float and all his friends on the street walking behind him, putting in the hard work. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. And maybe it's just the way I feel about men taking the lead and thinking they know best. I have a lot to unpack there. The rest of the gang I love, but I wish it wasn't always Mickey in the spotlight. I want the others to shine too. Please don't hate me, everyone. And honestly, Avalon laid out a pretty good argument for this already. Because Avalon's saying the things that I want to hear. Men taking the lead.
I don't know. That's right. She
right up
she
my
listens
alley.
to the podcast, like clearly. she knows who she's catering to. See, I think maybe I would say theme park Mickey. I feel like I can definitely get on board with like theme park Mickey. Because theme park Mickey is always like Mickey is always on the float. And I guess it's because it's like, oh, all the kids want to see him. So we have to put him in a position where like he's not favoring anyone.
This is a challenge for me. It's not that I'm even like, oh, Mickey forever.
I'm
like
not
anything.
either. Donald's my guy.
Yeah, Donald's your guy.
This.
For me, it's more the shape of Mickey. It's not like Mickey himself.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
I really am in love with the shape of Mickey. It's hard because I will say I've seen a lot of really beautiful moments happen between the theme park Mickeys and guests. Like when you can meet Mickey one-on-one. Some good stuff. But listen, at the end of the day, I think another thing I would say to try to argue this point is the original Mickey Mouse he wasn't supposed to be all, we've talked about this. He wasn't supposed to be all sweet and lovable. He was
like a trickster.
A trickster, could be a little bit abrasive. Like he scowled. He did so from that perspective, I get if it's like, okay, that's the guy that's going to stand for the rest. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see the point. I guess
I never thought about, do I like Mickey? Like, the answer is yeah, but...
I like Mickey, but he is never my favorite. I think my favorite is Donald because... I mean, I know my favorite is Donald, but I think the reason why I like Donald so much is because he is unabashedly himself. We get to see all of his faults. We get to see him at his best. We get to see him at his worst. It is never like, he is never necessarily like apologizing for those parts of himself. He's just like, this is who I am. I am all of this. And that feels real. Like Donald in PhilharMagic, you get the full range of what that character is. You get to see him be like lovable. You get to see him flirty. You get to see him mischievous. You get to see him doing all of the stuff.
I feel like Donald in PhilharMagic is having a lot of the same feelings that Avalon is having of just like, why is Mickey always in the lead?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in that regard, like, yeah, no, I'm 100 on board with Avalon to be like, yeah, I want Donald to have his moment.
Yeah.
I don't need Goofy to have his moment. Minnie can have her moment. I don't know if I need Daisy to have her moment.
Daisy has grown on me a lot over time.
Well, that's mostly because of Runaway Railway and Conga.
Maybe you're right. And also, my husband started saying to me that I am like Daisy. And then I've started to see it the more I've thought about it. So I've become attached to her.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, I mean, I will say though, like when I'm leaving the park and Mickey waves by to me, but is it about Mickey? Maybe not. Maybe it could be anyone.
Is it about Mickey or what he stands for?
I think that's what it is. It's not Mickey for himself, it's what he stands for. Yeah. Or maybe we're not even meant to truly like Mickey for him. That's rough.
But I guess he traded that for all the fame.
He did.
He traded that. He sold his
any A-list celebrity. Yes.
He's an A-list celebrity. It means he's never going to have to walk again.
Mm-hmm.
He can just sit on the parade floats.
He's like the queen, basically.
Yeah,
he's like the Queen of England.
But no one is ever truly going to know him.
Right.
And he's just going to have to be okay with that.
That would be a really good basis for a movie. Yeah. Like a Goofy movie style movie about Mickey being like, nobody really knows me. No one knows me.
Minnie's just like they just told me she's my wife. I didn't know her. It's full on like Truman Show. Laura Linney is Minnie.
Yeah, yes.
Honestly.
They should make like a play on the Truman Show about Mickey. I have something else to say, but actually this topic is going to come up again. So I'm going to save it for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Mickey a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's go back to the parks first. Oh, this is another... thank you all for coming for like the really big, like established parts of Disney and questioning them because that's what makes this fun. So Emily from TikTok says, I am a ride or die Disney parks girly, but so many of the rides are only good because of the nostalgia factor. And then I was like, wait, tell me more. So she gave Carousel of Progress, Peter Pan, Grand Fiesta Tour, Mr. Toad, Pirates, and Goofy's Sky School as examples of rides that were so cute as a kid, but as an adult feel kind of old and creaky. And she was talking about how she kind of saw all of it through a friend's eyes, who she went with that was her friend's first time. And she kind of saw some of these rides through her eyes. And I was actually that part of it that made me say,
that's horrifying.
I get that part.
I know. I mean, like, if I think about Grand Fiesta Tour, I'm like, yeah, you're on a boat going by a bunch of screens.
Yeah. Like, I can fully own that. And, like, Mr. Toad is weird and is, like, a lot of cardboard cutouts. Oh, my God.
The one, like, Instagram reel TikTok of the two friends who she's like, we went to hell. Oh, yeah. She was like, what is that ride?
And, like, yeah, I mean, speaking of Peter Pan, there used to be tinfoil inside of that volcano, okay? Like, there's no excuse for that.
There was.
There's no excuse. And like,
I would say, like, the reason why I'm saying I would up that wait time to 30 minutes is because of the nostalgia, because Walt had a hand in designing that, like, because of like Walt Disney One Man's Dream, where you can like go and see the track for the diagram of the track for Peter Pan's flight and everything. So I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, you have to do that. It's a classic. And it's like, how many of these rides am I saying like, oh, you have to do that. It's a classic. As opposed to, you have to do that. It's so fun. Like, so cool.
That's the thing. Like, I'm thinking about someone who is not a big theme park person, but like, you know, being on the internet these days, you're going to see footage of rides. You're going to hear news about it. So if that's what you know about theme parks and you go on some of these, you are going to question the tech on a lot of them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with like a simpler ride. I don't think everything needs to be like simulator, 3D, all of these things. But yeah, it's things like Peter Pan having tinfoil in the volcano. That's just like, that's the old and creaky thing. There's just no excuse for some of those things. Or like when a screen is broken, there's just like, that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And I do find myself in that position sometimes, whether it's like, luckily on my Bachelorette, like everybody had been to Disney or like was going to love it. But even like going with my future sister-in-law, like she's been to Disney too, but like going for a full week, I did have this feeling of being like, like needing to like kind of explain some of those rides.
This is why don't come to Disney with me unless you're all in. Do not come.
Listen, though, here's a good example. Now, Christopher, my husband, has been on so many trips with me. It's like going to Disney is part of his life, too. God bless him. But the first time we went together, it had been a long time since he had been. And we went to Epcot the first day. And this ride also is a very cute, good, technologically pretty high quality ride. But we went on the Seas with Nemo and Friends. That was the first thing we went on. And he told me later, once we ended up having a fantastic trip and like have gone back so many times, he was like, when that was the first ride, I was like, what are we doing here for a week?
I mean,
I like that ride.
They're projecting fish onto fish, except for one scene with the anglerfish.
That is an excellent.
It's an excellent scene.
I know, but there you go.
I mean, I can kind of understand that,
I get it.
But again, don't come with me unless you're in.
We have to look at this critically. We have to.
I know, I am. But I don't know what starter pack you need to go do or like who you need to train with or whatever. But like if you're coming with me, you start legitimately yucking the stuff at me. I will go into my Disney Experience app and I will remove you from my family.
You have to be defending this. You're turning to the other side.
Sorry. Oops.
Okay.
We find someone with patience.
I get it.
That's my defense.
Stop.
Don't come with me. That's my. Be like,
this isn't going well. We're abandoning the structure already. We're like, no, I won't do it.
No. Okay, so my advice is, I agree that some of them are just solely on nostalgia. Don't come if you're not willing to, if you don't know that going in.
Yes, I totally see what you're saying, but that's not how most people think of Disney. They think of Disney as top of the line, period. Like,
well, then I don't want to go with them. then they don't come with me,
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, what? You're going to go on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and then that's it? Okay, fine. Ride it and get out of my park. Okay.
Let's go.
Next.
Let's move on.
Next.
We're not going to make it through this.
Okay.
A film hot take from M on Instagram. Early 2000s animation was poor, unfortunate flops.
Okay, so this will be Lilo and Stitch, Home on the Range, Brother Bear, Atlantis,
Emperor's New Groove,
Chicken Little,
Bolt, Princess and the Frog.
I mean,
I would say, to defend it, there are more flops within the era than maybe in other eras.
I agree. I think generally people agree that was a period of time that like it marked the end of the Renaissance. Like we moved into a different period of Disney filmmaking at that point. So I don't think anyone is necessarily going to argue that there were more unsuccessful films at that time comparatively, because also the early 2000s was giving rise to Pixar. And that's when all of Pixar's shit was happening.
Yeah.
But I will also say some of them are like ones that like have really become popular, like kind of like almost cult classics that over time people have really responded to. But Lilo and Stitch was fire.
But I'll say this. I mean, there are ones that I'm looking at this list here that are fire, but like this era does have a lot of movies that I've seen like literally only once, if even all the way through.
That's true.
Like Brother Bear, I saw once. Bolt, I don't think I ever saw the full movie.
I'm on my way.
I do like Phil Collins. Come on. Chicken Little, I don't think I saw that all the way through. Just like, yeah, there's some clunkers. Yeah, but it's an interesting era because it's also, like you were saying, some of those things that became cult classics, Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis. I don't know why, but I would almost put Fantasia 2000 in that category too. Like there's a lot of really popular portions of that now.
Yeah, I agree.
Dinosaur in its own way.
Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone is disagreeing that period of time had some flops.
That period of time was so good for Pixar though.
It was so good for Pixar.
So
and
good.
while it was a time of quote unquote flops, it was also a time where Disney was trying some new things, at least.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that Atlantis wasn't new, that Lilo and Stitch wasn't something completely new.
I'm laughing because
I'm not doing the episode at all.
I think we should adjust what we're doing here, and you can say why everybody's wrong, and I'll try to defend it.
I'm really not doing well at this.
You're not capable of doing it.
Okay.
Let's do that. You can whatever stance you take, I'll take the opposite, okay?
No, I'm gonna try.
Try.
I'm gonna try, and we can see how long it takes for me to completely abandon it.
I'm crying. You can't do it. Okay.
All right.
Let's move
Next
on.
opinion.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what? Let's play ball here.
Okay.
A character hot take from Morgan on Instagram.
Hi, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. Jasmine is better. Well, she's putting Jasmine greater than Ariel. I mean, as you all know from our Princess Showdowns, it's complicated. Like, it's a nuanced thing.
How?
If we recall, Jasmine was a tie of our Princess Showdown
Mhm.
against Rapunzel. Ariel, for me, was the winner in her showdown against Moana, but Moana was the winner for you.
for me.
Yeah. So you're actually best to respond to this because, like, Ariel was a winner
Am
for
I?
me. We're gonna
Am
find
I?
out right now.
Okay. I just feel like my initial instinct,
No,
and this is
No, don't say anything else. Defend it now. Do it. You can't do it.
No, my initial instinct is to reject the comparison. To be like, why are we comparing these two women? And that's what we do on this podcast.
You are malfunctioning. This was not what we were supposed to do. I'm obsessed. Okay, no, go ahead. Take it apart and I will defend it. Go for it. Take it apart, baby. Go ahead.
So I think Jasmine is certainly a more quote unquote traditionally feminist character in terms of if we're looking for someone who is like unabashedly like challenging power structures, power dynamics,
men very much more.
Exactly. Yep. Going after what she wants, not just in romance, but in all things. She doesn't have a song.
I know. So she's just
How
at
do
a
we compare
disadvantage.
that? Like she doesn't get a song.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ariel has like one of the best songs ever written.
Mm-hmm.
And a reprise. And I mean,
if we wanna argue in favor of this, what we set out to do, I'm gonna try to do.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay.
We could say that the path for Disney princesses established by Ariel is absolutely, as we talked about in our most recent Princess Showdown, is moved forward by Jasmine for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She is taking to the next level, like things that we haven't seen princesses do. She's definitely leveling us up in that way for sure.
Yeah, I feel like both of them are ones that really like were bold strokes of the pen.
Yeah.
On what a Disney princess was. Ariel completely changed the model of a Disney princess.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as they created this new model, Jasmine comes in and completely changes it again.
Yeah, it's true.
And so then like it's kind of almost like there are a couple branches that really start with the two of them that most Disney princesses fall. Like, are you more of a Jasmine or are you more of an Ariel? Which is why I think I reject the comparison.
But I do like what you're saying because it's like I would put
Pocahontas falls more on a Jasmine. Moana falls more on a Jasmine
but like
side.
Anna is an Ariel.
Anna is an Ariel. Belle is a I feel like is a Jasmine.
Yeah.
Rapunzel is an
Ariel. This is fun and interesting.
Yeah. Tiana is a Jasmine.
Yeah, Tiana's a Jasmine. It's true.
Aurora Cinderella, Snow White, they're Ariels, even though they were done before Ariel. But Ariel's kind of
Right.
like a perfected version, a
Yeah.
distillation of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we did that. We did
Yeah.
that. We did it. That wasn't so bad.
Sure. What's next?
Let's have some fun. Let's lighten the mood. Let's do a
Oh,
hear me out.
We're not having fun?
I am so obsessed with this hear me out. And if you enjoy this conversation, we might have some things coming down the bed for you that you're going to love. This is Lauren from the Poor Unfortunate Fam. Hi, Lauren.
Lauren.
Hey, girl. Her hear me out is Maurice from Beauty and the Beast. And I am obsessed. I have never heard this one before.
I've never heard it either.
Obsessed with it. He's very unique.
Unique.
He is
himself.
who he is. Yes. Yeah. He is very loving, sensitive.
He has a mustache.
He has a mustache. If you're into Maurice, I think it's the inventor thing paired with how deeply he's sensitive. Like, he's so upset when he gets kicked out of the tavern and thrown into the snow. Like, he's pleading for help. I think it's that sensitivity too.
He's a good dad. He's a single dad. He's a single mom who works 2 jobs.
And is very much like supportive of women, like his daughter, of just being like, you be you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know
My
what?
daughter, Odd. I think his personality shines certainly harder than his looks do when matched to a traditional appearance that we would deem attractive. But everybody is attractive to somebody.
Yeah. And I honestly feel like the more that I was around, I mean,
look at how hot Belle is.
Yeah.
Think of how hot her mom was.
He pulled her mom.
And he pulled her mom.
Yeah. That's right. And half of her jeans are his.
How hot was Maurice when he was younger?
That's a great argument for it. That's a great argument for it. And I also
I'm
do feel like
it.
You're doing it. I'm so proud of you. I also feel like the more that I would hang around Maurice, I would have my own something there moment, because I just think there's a lot of things that are very endearing and charming about him. I'm becoming convinced.
What if one of the silly girls? what if one of them
have Gaston.
One of them is like, listen, I gave up on Gaston, and I'm just gonna.
It's giving like Bernadette Peters and Jason Alexander and Brandy Cinderella and like that whole vibe.
Very.
When she's like rubbing his head.
Who is going to dance with you? And I guess also we went live action.
If we're also acknowledging live action Maurice, I am so into Kevin Kline. I think he's attractive. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren. Okay. This is a Parks hot take from Alexandra on Facebook. Hey, girl. She says, Star Tours is a great ride and no one appreciates it. And I agree that nobody appreciates it. I mean, I think it's still got solid enough wait times, but I have to say, I've been on it since being on other things like Rise of the Resistance. And people like to like make fun of Star Tours because it's like, yeah, you're just like sitting in these seats and getting shaken around. The simulator is quite good. I have actually once or twice, I mean, I'm me. I have grabbed onto like the little bars once or twice on Star Tours. Like...
See, I feel like I can't really weigh in on this all that much because I'm kind of someone who has skipped Star Tours the past few times that I've been to Disney. I think because lines have been long and I've been like, well, it's not really that worth it to me.
You are arguing for the fact that nobody appreciates it.
A simulator. So I'm like, I guess I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I haven't been on it since it's been redone with
I haven't either.
The new Star Wars stuff, and I haven't been on it since they put 3D glasses on it. Like that's when I was on it. When we had Rex driving us on that thing, doing his first flight and shit.
Also, I love the queue. I love the queue for Star Tours. It's a great queue.
I remember it goes around the AT-AT.
Yeah, the queue is very fun. Especially thinking about how long ago it was made. And there's also just like those fun factors of like who's the spy in the group and who's going to be put in the spotlight and like put on the camera. Like fun things like that.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh God, Connor.
It's okay. It's classic Disney fun. It's classic Disney fun, and it's actually way better tech-wise than people give it credit for.
I mean, I do remember going on that and Body Wars at the same time, and I significantly enjoyed I enjoyed Star Tours infinitely more than I enjoyed Body Wars. Pushing that splinter out as a red blood cell.
Oh my God.
Was a traumatic experience.
Bring it back
for me.
though. Bring it back.
I want Cranium Command.
I want the whole Wonders of Life Pavilion. I want the making of you, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. I watched that with my parents. I survived. Come on. Okay, a film hot take. This is Mindy from the Poor Unfortunate Fam. Hey, Mindy.
Mindy.
Treasure Planet is a solid Disney movie. It has adventure, heart, and a little bit of romance. Who doesn't love a story with pirates in space? I love the father-son relationship between Jim and Silver. Captain Amelia is awesome and could helm her own spin-off with Dr. Delbert. The death in the movie gets me every time. It's sad how unappreciated Treasure Planet is.
Treasure Planet's a solid adaptation of Treasure Island, in my opinion. I have read Treasure Island. I have seen many a version
me too.
of Treasure Island, and I think it does a good job. I agree that I could see a Captain Amelia as badass. I would enjoy a Captain Amelia, Dr. Delbert moment. The Jim and Long John Silver father-son relationship is that one's interesting to me because it is very groomy. Like Long John Silver is very much like grooming Jim for a specific purpose. I think there is affection there by the end, but I think that was secondary to the purpose. And I think like there's a level of toxicity in that relationship that I could probably go on for at length. We got good music. The graphics are cool. Like the designs are super cool in Treasure Planet. So yeah, no, I do think that it's slept on.
It's interesting that we were just talking about the era it came from and like the flop era.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't think I've seen Treasure Planet more than once.
I've seen it. I think like
I saw it in the movies, and I think that was it.
I didn't see it in the movies, but
I remember seeing it in the movies
multiple times. We have a DVD. Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it certainly is slept on. I think people just think. I think people largely dismiss space films as like purely science fiction, and if we're setting something in space, immediately it allows people to just sort of like dismiss it a little bit because they can just be like, oh, I'm not into that. I'm not into space, which like, okay, sure. But Treasure Planet isn't about space. Like it takes place in space, but it's not about space in the same way that Treasure Island is not about the ocean. It's a backdrop of which a coming of age story unfolds. It's about adventure, betrayal, seeking treasure, finding your fortune, growing up, father figures that betray you, murder.
You are on one tonight, and I am loving it.
I think it's because of the book. I think it's because I'm on a high from that book.
Conor and I just read a really good book that
can't recommend enough. Upon a Starlit Tide by Kel Woods.
It's literally Little Mermaid plus Cinderella in a historical setting, and we might have to talk about it with you all.
Probably will.
Yeah.
If you've ever taken a recommendation from us on anything, take this one.
Yeah.
Take this one.
Agree.
You will love it.
Yep.
Don't even like, I got it from the library and now I'm going to have to go buy this damn book.
Yeah.
Just buy it.
Also, shout out to
yourself.
Someone I found on Instagram, A Novel or Three. She recommended it to me. So shout out. If you're into this, she recommends a lot of other fairy tale books. But now we're really digressing. So let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Treasure Planet. Yeah. Slept on. Grooming though. Ooh. Not a great father son moment.
No, you have to defend it.
Oh shit. Sorry. Slept on. I agree.
Okay. Ashley from the Poor Unfortunate Fam sent us a grouping of Hear Me Outs. So let's talk about this. Ashley says, my Hear Me Out is Bagheera and Diego from Ice Age, which is Blue Sky, but owned by Disney now, so that counts, right? Most of my other Disney crushes, human or otherwise, are not really Hear Me Outs. I refuse to accept Kovu, Robin Hood and his fox form, Shigo, etc. as Hear Me Outs. You know what I mean? They knew what they were doing with those characters, though maybe both of mine kind of fall into that category too. Yeah, Bagheera, I feel like like they knew what they were doing with Bagheera.
Bagheera
is in the same
Hot.
category of Cave of Wonders tiger for me. I mean, they're both feline, of course.
But here's the thing. I think Bagheera is very specifically a gay man. He is a gay foster dad. Him and Baloo, they are gay.
Oh,
Baloo
my
may be
God.
bisexual, but Bagheera is a gay dad. He's giving Gunkel vibes to
Uh-huh.
Mowgli.
Uh-huh.
And he's I can get on board. He's lean, he's agile, he's
I feel like
capable, he's responsible.
Like he would have an earring also if like given the option.
He would have like a goatee. He would be like, I'm gonna take y'all to Pride and make sure that all of the young ones get home okay afterwards. And like I'll be at the bar like looking out, be like, you good? You good?
Yeah.
Like knows where everybody is. Very like perpetual dad of the group, responsible dad of the group. Where like Baloo is like the more wild, likes to party with the kids.
Baloo is like the Uncle Joey of Full House, and Bagheera is like the Uncle Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think of that?
Mm-hmm. But no, Bagheera I can totally get on board with. Like
I feel like again, Diego very much.
He's got a very strong
cloth.
chin.
Yes.
It's the strong chin.
It's the chins and necks. I said this before. I'm telling you.
Thick neck.
Thick neck, strong chin. But I do agree as well that Disney totally knew what they were doing with Kovu, with Robin Hood. Like, absolutely.
Oh, they knew what they were doing. See, the beginning of this season, they knew what they were doing with Robin Hood.
Yes. And I know so many people have crushes on Kovu for understandable reasons.
I think, and Shigo, obviously.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing with her.
Yeah.
But I think Bagheera, I don't think that they necessarily intended us to be attracted to Bagheera, but you can't help it when there's somebody who is a strong and capable adult in that group, and when everyone else is just foolish.
That is so attractive. Yes.
You've got a child and a bunch of fools. Because for the same matter, I'm like, Shere Khan's kind of attractive.
I was wondering if you were going to say that.
Maybe I just feel like the cats like are kind of like where it's at in that film. And the wolves. But no, yeah. Those are good. Those are good.
Those are good ones. Okay, a Parks hot take from Casey on TikTok. Ohana is awful. Not worth the price or my time. I will say pre-shutdown, it was amazing. I loved it. The ambiance, similar to a Brazilian steakhouse where they come around with the meat on the skewer, was great. Now it's like a cattle drive. Let's see how fast we can get the food on the table and these people back out the door. The quality of the food has gone downhill too. Such a bummer. Casey's not wrong.
I don't think I can weigh in on this because I don't think I've been to Ohana since it's been Ohana.
It's so funny. I absolutely need to go to Ohana with you because Ohana is a staple for my family and used to be our favorite restaurant. And it's interesting. This ties into our earlier conversation of like what's nostalgic versus what's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I definitely agree. Ohana was better before the pandemic, 100%. But I also feel that way about a lot of other Disney restaurants. I think there have been some not so great changes happening with the restaurants on Walt Disney World property. But it's a difficult one for me to argue. And I was talking to Casey about this on TikTok a little bit. Like, I want to go to Ohana with you so badly, Connor, because it's such a part of it's such a Disney vibe in there to me because of all of the memories that I have. But yes,
is there a specialty like the bread pudding?
The bread pudding is the dessert. Also, the lapu lapu is the drink in the pineapple, which you've seen many a photo of me sipping. And I keep trying to stick up for Ohana because, like, I will say every time I put a bite of that bread pudding in my mouth, I'm like floating on air. But I will say I went with my larger family group the last time we were in Disney, and the consensus was that like Ohana is falling off. But it's not going to stop anything. it's a classic and people are going to continue piling in there because also like, yes, do I miss the ambiance of them coming around with the skewers? For sure. I mean, but at the end of the day, literally however much food you want, they will bring you. And the ambiance is like, they always have someone coming around with like a ukulele and singing. And it's like, especially at night when it starts to get dark, it's a vibe, baby. Like there's no denying that. But I'm sorry, I'm doing the same thing as you now and I'm trying to explain it away. And the sad thing is that there is no explaining it away. Ohana, I can't say Ohana's awful, but that's the game. It's also expensive, but so is everything in Disney. But yes, it pre-shutdown, it was so much better than it is now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't like the whole like trying to shuttle you through, but I guess that's kind of how they are with everything at Disney now.
Like, I was about to defend it, but that's not the game we're playing. I'm not going to say anything.
They're just trying to get you through.
Yeah,
but also if they didn't get you through, that means less people would be able to experience it.
And we're already complaining about the limited availability of dining. So there you go. It's tough. Oof, that one was hard because I see the point.
Not so easy.
Not so easy. Okay, you tugged at my heartstrings there. Okay, let's talk about Mickey again. I think it's a good time.
Okay.
This is from Shannon in the Poor Unfortunate Fam. My hot take is that I hate the wonderful world of Mickey Mouse cartoons. I can appreciate Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway for what it is, but man, oh man, do I hate that animation style. I need to channel my mother right now and like be like, what would she say? Because she shares this opinion.
The animation style is certainly jarring.
Yes.
And I think we've even discussed it when we were discussing Mickey Mouse shorts when we did Brave Little Tailor versus Brave Little Squire.
Yes.
Because it comes from a period of time where they were like, do new things, try anything, the world is your oyster, mess around, like sandbox, do that all.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where we got this from, which I think that is very advantageous to a company like Disney because that breeds innovation and creativity and reveals new things about characters and whatnot. I mean, I remember the first time I saw the animation style and I was just like, why are we doing this?
I was turned off by it at first. I can fully own that. Yeah.
Defend.
I know. Defend. I find it interesting, Shannon, that you can appreciate Runaway Railway while hating the cartoon because they feel so tied together to me.
I agree. Like Runaway Railway feels like you're inside those cartoons. I think that's what I like most about that ride is I'm like, I've never felt so transported into a movie or cartoon in the way that I did with Runaway Railway. Because it's just like everything is animated, everything. And I mean, it's hard to appreciate something when you don't really particularly like the animation. But
I feel like Runaway Railway is sort of what pushed me towards the cartoon more.
I would agree with that as well. But I like those cartoons now.
You know how often I'm like, oh, I need to be comforted. I'm going to put one of those on.
The streetcar?
But you know what? I see. That's a great example. We find that episode hilarious. Me and my husband have laughed our asses off at that episode. But if that's not your thing, you will hate that because it's so out there.
Oh my God.
It is so abrasive. It is so like weird.
There's so many other ones.
I can totally see hating that.
Because also,
I can see it.
Right in a row are some of my favorite ones. So you've got the trolley one. Then you've got like the dates where they're having competing dates where Clarabelle Cow literally takes her udders and slaps Daisy Duck 3 times across the face with her udders. Then you have the one where they're having a barbecue and Daisy is double parked outside in her convertible. And a cop's like, oh, you're going to have to move. And she's there and she has her sunglasses on. And then she just and puts the window up and then she goes, sorry, I can't hear you, the window's up.
Tell me that listen,
not
Christopher might be onto something. That is me.
Yeah, that yeah, maybe.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm very interested now. I wish I could ask Shannon right now. Shannon, do you like Mickey, period? Like, what do you feel about what Avalon said about not liking Mickey?
Like, is it coming from a preservationist, like a conservative like a soft C conservative viewpoint of Mickey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Because I can certainly understand that, because my gut reaction in seeing this Mickey Mouse was like, what are they doing?
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. We haven't done a conspiracy theory yet, so let's do this one.
Okay.
This is from K-Mad on TikTok. The conspiracy theory is that Aladdin is set in a dystopian future because of all the genie references and a few other things.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
So it's basically saying that all of the references that the genie makes are not wink, wink, nudge, nudge to us, the audience.
There are things
but
the genie has
happening in
experienced.
real time and has experienced.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like Dune almost happened.
That is exactly what I thought about.
Would that make the Cave of Wonders like a sandworm? Like one of the...
Yeah. I'm looking at the lyrics for a minute because I love to ride a conspiracy theory train.
I know you do.
So let me find anything. I love to blow up any tiny thing and be like, yep, this is proof. Okay.
We don't see anywhere. Oh no, we do see other places. In A Whole New World, we see China, we see Greece.
You do. In Arabian Nights, they sing, and the sand and the glass is right. So we're talking about time. We're referencing time. Could a huge heat wave have sort of like wiped everyone out and the people in Agrabah are learning to survive in the heat?
See, my thing is, but we see Greece and we see China.
Do we see, okay,
and
we see people. Do we see
pyramids.
people in Greece? We see somebody working on the pyramid.
We see someone working on like a sphinx in Egypt. We
they
see
really
people
say out
in
there
China.
on the dunes in Arabian Nights, by the way. It's Dune.
It's Dune. I mean, basically, I think what would have to happen is it's almost like society advanced, catastrophic war, nuclear war happens.
Uh-huh.
So much, and then so much is destroyed except for certain areas. Why was Greece saved? Why was China saved? Let's think about that.
Like those are like the baselines of civilization.
Yes, and
like we're
I
wiping
think
out the technology basically, and we're starting from not scratch, but we're starting from again the baseline of advancing civilization.
And then we're basically just like redoing the timeline almost exactly how it happened before.
Yes.
Or is the genie a time traveler? The Whole New World scene is really what like throws it into a loop for me, and that's what I'm going to need help explaining away, because it seems a little far-fetched to me that after nuclear war, some sort of dystopian future, that we go back to exactly sort of like the same civilizations that birthed everything all over again. Like when we've spread out across, what kind of event would have us constrict back upon? Is it Pangea again?
Well, interesting. Okay. This is from DisneyTheory.com. Agrabah, for example, is kind of generalized because nation states are largely irrelevant in the post-apocalyptic world that we're in. So that's where maybe Egypt, Arabia, Afghanistan, where these things used to be. Disney Theory also says carpet isn't just a magical carpet. He's a remnant of hover technology that has been hidden in the Cave of Wonders, presumably to keep it safe from the coming nuclear war that turned the world into a big empty desert. Okay, so that's without reading anything. That was my guess. It's like the world has become but then, oh yeah.
But he's in Princess and the Frog. Carpet's in Princess and the Frog getting beaten in New
But
Orleans.
Just a carpet. He's just a carpet there.
Okay, so Princess and the Frog happens.
That kind of carpet is used in hover technology in the future.
Okay, so if dystopian nuclear war happens, how does the genie go and get a Goofy hat in Disney World?
That's like a relic. He's been like holding on to that in his lamp.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with the fact that there is a monolith inside the Cave of Wonders that people are like, it looks just like a Nintendo Wii.
I know, I understand, but the Whole New World scene literally just like completely demolishes it.
Oh my God.
Because if we're talking about like a dystopian future, it would be one thing if we saw no other global cultures, but somehow in this film, they decide to show us at least 3 other cultures, distinct cultures of the world.
Yeah, we're gonna need some time to cook on this one.
I don't think I'm going to cook any
it's a
longer on this. I don't think I can. I don't
It's
think
a
I can get on
particular
board.
skill of ours, though, to like make something that we want to be true. We tried.
Yeah, we tried. The best I can give you is like maybe Dune.
It's Dune.
Maybe Cave of Wonders is a sandworm.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm with you.
All right, let's snack. Thank you for that. Thank you for that entertaining.
That was fun. That was kind of the only one we had. We needed at least one conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Okay, a film hot take from Mill on Instagram. Hot take: Disney shouldn't do so many remakes or redo movies in live action form. We have to argue that this is true.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if that's as much of a hot take. I think there are a lot of people who feel that way.
But you know what's interesting is we've talked about how the closer you look, the more like the live action Beauty and the Beast, for example, doesn't quite do it. There are people. I actually spoke to someone at when I went to go see Little Mermaid at Paper Mill. She is obsessed with live action, and she's a Disney person, obsessed with the live action Beauty and the Beast, and is like, it's my favorite movie ever. So maybe it is a hot take.
I mean, but I don't think it's a hot take to say that they need to like ease the gas on them. I don't know. Not everything needs to be remade as a live action.
Right. And I think I could say too that it's like the fact that that's happening so often is making us lazy in some ways. So then when something like Elio comes out,
yeah, we're not going to see it.
When something doesn't have nostalgia factor, people aren't interested anymore because it's just like that lazy, like it's so interesting that the theme of this is becoming like nostalgia versus quality. I think it's just like nostalgia makes us lazy sometimes, and it's like I'm not willing to like go see this thing that I don't really have any previous connection to. I don't know the characters. I don't know the songs, whatever it is. I think for that's a great argument for it for that reason alone of just like it's changing the demand.
I think has so much to do with the economy and capitalism.
And how expensive it is to go see a damn movie.
How expensive it is to see movies, how costly it is to do anything, that people are so protective of their money that they want to have the surest bet.
Some sort of guarantee.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, at least with this, even if it's a remake or something, I know what it is going into it, so I know what I'm paying for.
Yeah.
People aren't necessarily willing to take the risks with their money, and I understand why, because so many times over the last 30 years, when people have taken risks with their money, it's bitten them in the ass in one way or another. And I think especially like in our generation, we've sort of encountered one like generation altering incident after the next, to the point where it's like, we don't own homes, we don't own cars, we don't own anything, we're getting married later, if we are getting married at all, we're not having kids. Like, all of these things start happening because we're just like, we have to be so protective of what we have, and so that if we are going to expend, we want to know what we're getting. I think that's kind of like where people are coming from when they go see these live action films. And I think Disney and other people's responses to it is, oh, because people are willing to go see this, there is a demand for it. And so then they create more, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of like, those become the only movies that people then go see because now there's a plethora of them, because Disney saw, oh, people were willing to spend their money on this. And the people were willing to spend their money on that because they were like, if I'm going to spend any money, I want to know that I'm going to be happy. And now it's become this like vicious cycle where now that's all that's being made, and that's all that people are spending money on. And it is a cultural phenomenon that has happened because of corporate greed and capitalism and the recession.
Yeah.
Like when you think about when, like they were doing some live action remakes. We had 101 Dalmatians in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we still then had the Renaissance happening at the same time.
I think the recession of it all also makes people want something emotionally comforting. Not even the money factor of like, I need to be careful what I spend my money on, but it just is like kind of what you were talking about, wanting to cling to what we know and what we feel like we still have. That's like, someone
And I
can't
think
take this from me.
And that's also, I think, led to one of the reasons why there's been such a rise in conservatism over the years, because as backward as it is, people are like, I just need to hold on to the things that I know. So to bring this back to the specific hot take here, I agree. I can certainly see the defense. I think they need to slow down on their production of live action films. But I think that we may have gone too, I think we may be in too deep at this point. In terms of, we have just shown time and time again that we will show up and show out for those. I mean, look at what's happening with Lilo and Stitch right now. It's the first film that's going to cross $1 billion this year, and they've announced a live action sequel to it like a month after it was released.
And something like remakes cause so much discussion online, which is like currency now. People love talking about who is going to play Rapunzel and if they end up moving forward with the live action Tangled. People are obsessed with talking about that, and that's what these companies want. Unfortunately, they just want people constantly talking about it, and that doesn't happen with new movies as much.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like it's a thing of, in order for Disney and these companies to like slow down on that type of thing, we need to not engage with it. But those tend to be the things that we most enjoy engaging with.
They elicit a reaction.
Unless we stop doing it, which that was the reaction to Snow White, where they were like, okay, we're going to put a pause on all these live actions. And then immediately after Lilo and Stitch happens, everyone shows up, and now everything's on again.
Yeah.
So.
Hear you. Okay. Let's talk about a character hot take.
Okay.
This is from Dylan on Threads. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Dylan says, the fact that Disney never merchandises Gurgi the way they did every other cute sidekick is a crime.
I agree.
You agree. I know you do.
Wholeheartedly. First of all, The Black Cauldron, such a slept-on film.
I know. I need to revisit that.
I love it so much. Such a good adventure story. Honestly, like all of the Chronicles of Prydain, I am shocked that no one has attempted to like really, truly, faithfully adapt them. The Black Cauldron, as Disney adapted, does it follow the plot of the first two books loosely? There are many liberties that are taken. Fluter Flam is old. I don't know why. But they knocked it out of the park with Gurgi. Gurgi is adorable. He is lovable. He is funny. He has so much personality. And so many people have no idea who this character is.
So true.
They would easily, like, I'll say, Gurgi walked so Stitch could run.
Yeah. Yep.
There are so many things about Gurgi that I'm like, if you like this about Stitch, you will like Gurgi. Gurgi is just a little bit more sensitive and cowardly and sweet. I also
just feel like Black Cauldron is just totally under merchandised, period. I don't know if I've seen anything from Black Cauldron basically ever, even around like Halloween when you should. I don't even think I've seen anything then.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember like I love that film, and when I would go to the parks, I would hunt for stuff, and basically the only thing that I could find is occasionally one of the artists in the Art of Disney stores would sketch Gurgi, and that's like what I could find.
Yeah,
to the point where when Tokyo Disneyland, I believe, they had the like mysteries of the castle or whatever sort of like walkthrough attraction, and the Horned King is like the penultimate, like is your villain at the end, and there's an animatronic and the cauldron's there, and it's like going. I was like, holy shit, I want to go see that. And now it's defunct. But yeah, my guinea pig, his name was Gurgi.
Oh,
like
God.
It's just Gurgi is such a fantastic character, so cute, easily could be a plush. Gurgi and Henwen, easily plush. If they don't do anything else with the movie, that's fine. But like, let's talk about
Henwen is so cute too. Come on.
Listen, I get a pet pig. That's my hen. That's my hen win. Yeah, no, but I can't agree more.
Agree.
I am longing for good Gurgi merch,
Yeah.
and there is none.
Ooh, okay, this is a heavy one too. A Parks hot take from Lizzie on Instagram. My Disney hot take. We started losing the magic in the parks in about 2010-ish. At that point, the parks felt less whimsy with the beginning loss of cohesive theming.
I don't know if I had that experience when I went in 2011. That was when I graduated high school, and I went with like friends for senior week. And I mean, that was still, we had Wishes, and a lot of the old lands were still there in Epcot. We're still there in Hollywood Studios. We had the backlot tour. So many things I think were still intact. I think that was when we just started to get New Fantasyland. I think New Fantasyland actually, that wasn't completed in 2011 when I went.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. I think 2012, 2013, 2014, pretty pivotal. Like 2012, anyway, it was really 2013 because 2012 December was when New Fantasyland opened. So I
Yeah.
think that was a big transition.
But that didn't feel not cohesive to Fantasyland.
Right. We yes, but
I'm doing it again, aren't
You're doing it again. That's okay.
Oops.
I get it. It's that change, for lack of a better thing, which for some people, we're all bringing it back to the same thing. Sometimes for people, change, the loss of the magic and the whimsy we discover is nostalgia. So I get it. That was a huge change. Then maybe this is very specific to us, but like 2013, 2014, paper fast passes get phased out. Maelstrom closes. We started to see the fall of a lot of classic things.
Yeah. A lot of like tent poles, cornerstones of the
And I
park.
think that's where a lot of that feeling of whimsy comes from, is the nostalgia and the reliability and predictability of things that we can come back to over and over again.
I can like sort of agree with that. I think it has to be true. I think it has to be said though that it's true in some parks more than others. Like I don't necessarily feel that so much in Magic Kingdom.
We have to keep arguing it. We have to.
Oh, right. Sorry. But 100% in Hollywood Studios.
Can't do it.
No, I'm just saying in Hollywood Studios, I 100% see that. Like,
yeah.
as soon as they, I mean, we've talked about this. It was the first episode we ever did. As soon as the Great Movie Ride went, it was the beginning of the end. Like,
yeah.
it was the beginning of the end of all cohesion of what that park necessarily meant. And I think I would associate whimsy with more with intention. Whimsy is they got rid of that that was in hotels, and they got rid of that shit real fast.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god.
That was with the sort of like modernification of
and Hiltonification
everything.
of yes, absolutely. And my family remarks on that all the time when we go. I will say, if we want to argue the 2010 point, June 2010 is when the first phase of Wizarding World of Harry Potter opened. And that was when it became much more obvious the theme park race. And I do think that energy changed the parks for sure. That direct, like, who's going to one up each other between Universal and Disney, I can trace it back to that period of time. And I do feel like, yes, did it bring about some really fantastic things in Disney? Yes. But it changed the energy. There's no denying that.
No. It totally changed the energy. I think the argument of like we lost whimsy and the cohesion of lands in some places, yes. In other places, I felt like they kind of like doubled down on it. Like I feel like Fantasyland is like really solid. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Who knew that this would be the biggest challenge for you ever? I kind of love it.
Stop.
Lizzie, I see what you're saying.
I see you, Lizzie. Your points are valid, and I
Okay.
feel your heart.
Okay. You know what? You've warmed up. I'm going to give you a really big challenge. Are you ready?
No.
It's a film hot take
Okay.
from Alexandra on Facebook. Buckle up. I think Frozen is overhyped. his soul left his body.
No, no.
No, you have to say yes. Frozen
No,
is
no, no, no,
overhyped.
no, 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 no.
because-
I'm saying
Okay,
no.
okay.
I'm saying no, as in no. It's not what you think. How I'm going to react.
Here's what I'll say. I think
I
it's
think-
inevitable for something to feel overhyped when you can't escape it.
Yes.
And for a while, you really couldn't escape Frozen.
No, and I think that's also because there was like a very, very perfect storm of things that happened around that movie. Like, number one, musical. Number two, hit at a Thanksgiving before one of the colder winters we have had in a very long time. So when it was cold, everyone wanted to go see Frozen, and it was
And we
before
had new royal characters.
exactly. We had princess, we had songs,
Yeah.
we had,
Sidekick. We had music.
but it was just like a perfect storm of all kinds of things, so that so much enthusiasm went into this one place, and I think it feels like it was overhyped, and I honestly think it probably was. I think that there are other films that are better than Frozen for sure. At the same time, like, I don't ever want to say that it was overhyped in a way that it is undeserving of praise, if that makes sense. Yeah? Did I do it? I kind of did it.
You
Like,
got it, did it?
I don't want to be like, oh, that's overhyped as a way to dismiss it. I would say, yes, it's overhyped, but not like so much that it's like completely undeserved. I would say like,
but you know
it's
what? Let's
slightly
say this.
overhyped.
This will help you. I think it's Disney's fault because as soon as there was some traction with young children, they pushed out Frozen through every brand that you could ever imagine.
Like, I remember what it was like before Frozen. I remember what it was like in the early wee hours of Frozen before all the hype happened. And so I do think that there was a lot of overhype that happened. But I also don't say that it's not deserving of hype at all. I think the movie is worthy of hype.
I'll throw a thing in there that people love to say about it just because I'm trying to argue it. It's like Wicked for little kids.
Yeah.
You could say that it's not original for that reason. I'm just playing along here.
Oh, is that what we're supposed to be?
Yeah, like poke holes in it. You know what I like? Poke holes in your own argument. Like, it's not the most original story. It's playing on the Elphaba Glinda tropes in a lot of ways. Okay, I'm role playing. I'm someone who doesn't like Frozen. What would I say?
I'm someone who doesn't like Frozen. What do I say?
Connor just goes.
I say the villain twist comes out of nowhere.
Right.
But I've argued that on the pod before.
You have. Or even we could take a less harsh tack and be like, yeah, it fits in really nicely with other royal and magic-y Disney movies, but it doesn't stand out from that crowd. It fits in with the other ones. It shouldn't be put on a pedestal.
Can we be done now? Okay. Listen,
Come now.
Frozen is not my favorite film at all, but I'm just like, I'm not going to shit on this movie.
Okay.
Not
I'm here for
when
you.
so many good things
I know.
are there.
I know, Bobby. It's okay. All right. Let's do a hot take. This is from Aaron on Instagram. Hot take is that Mr. Darling is not wrong in the beginning of Peter Pan.
He says that Nana should not be, she should be a dog, not a caretaker. And you know what? I think I can get slightly on board with that, where I'm like, it feels like they're putting expectations on Nana that
fine.
don't allow her to be a dog. Like, she's a dog and she should be allowed to do that, but it's like she doesn't get to just be her because she has to take on this extra responsibility. So I think from that perspective, I can be like, yes, he's right. Wendy, it's your last night in the nursery, time to grow up. At some point, I'm like, girl, don't you want your own room?
She loves her brothers.
She loves her brothers, but she's also like taking care of them. And I'm like, maybe he's like trying to be like, girl, no, you need to live your own life. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like the way in which he does some of the things, like the way in which he talks to like yells at
Yeah.
everybody.
Like the
But I'm like-
substance is right, but the form is wrong. Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, listen, if I'm looking everywhere for my cufflinks and my shirt front to go out on my date night to the theater, and it's like the one date night that I have with my wife and she's looking fine and everything, and
She
then
is.
I find that my shirt front has been drawn on with chalk and my cufflinks have been taken as buried treasure, and then I trip and nearly break my neck and
Yeah,
fall
no,
in
if
the
I'm being
blocks
real-
and everything, and everyone runs by me and goes to the dog, I'm gonna be pissed. Like,
yeah, if I'm
gonna
being
be
real,
pissed.
like, you know, Connor saw me have a temper tantrum right before this episode. I would totally have that reaction too. I would fully have a temper tantrum about
Because
that.
like I do think of Mr. Darling outside where when he's with Nana and he's like, dash it all, Nana. Like, don't give me those eyes. Because he's very sweet with Nana.
I can't deal with Nana. I can't even talk about Nana.
I think he's very protective of Nana. And I think it's because he's just like,
Let her be a dog.
let people I think he's just like people's conceits of, or people's ideas of what they're supposed to be are all mixed up right now,
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to straighten them all out.
Yeah.
But I think there's also the added thing of like, okay, well, figure out whether they're doing those things because they think that that's what they're supposed to be doing, or because they genuinely enjoy them. Like Nana might genuinely enjoy being a Nana, where it's like, oh, if I wanted to be a dog, this is how I would want to be a dog.
Good on ya. You did it. You did it.
Okay. Is that the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did good.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go to the parks.
Okay.
This is from Christopher, my husband. His Disney hot take is that the commissary in Hollywood studios actually slaps. And I actually agree with him. Like, wait, I need to play the game because I was like, yeah, there's flaws. But if we're going to say the commissary slaps, there are some very, like, entree-ish entrees at the commissary. I think he's specifically talking about these, like, this, like, taco meal that he had. It came with rice and beans on the side. And the commissary will usually do, like, you've got your Mexican option. You've got the classic American. You've got a salad. Like, I do think there's some really nice, like, you're not going to be stuck at the commissary. Like, if you're sick of, like, theme park food, but you still want quick service, the commissary has got you covered.
Yeah, I've been to the commissary a couple times. I remember I had like a great experience at the commissary, and like,
Yeah.
it's spacious.
I was going to say there's a ton of seating. The soft drink machines are easily accessible.
That's
There's
the other
a-
thing. I'm like, I distinctly remember having a
Yes.
very good soft drink Diet Coke
And you know that
moment.
matters a lot.
It does.
Also,
it
something
does.
that matters
it really
to me,
does.
crap ton of accessible condiments.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, you know, ketchup and mustard mayo, but there's like dressing packets, and it's always filled and organized and clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even just talking from seating alone,
Yeah.
because it's also like level. Like you're not like,
Right.
I mean, I guess in some ways it feels like very sort of like cafeteria-esque in that regard.
Yeah. But that's the theme, you know?
Yeah. It's the theme, and it's not like you're battling through a whole bunch of like hallways and stuff like that, like to find a spot, or like
yeah.
it's not like you're gonna do a once over of the room and be like, okay, that's a place where we can go and get a spot,
Yeah.
as opposed to, okay, well, we gotta check here, and then, oh, did someone go upstairs? Oh, check
Right. So
upstairs.
true.
Like,
Yeah, that's a great
look
point.
at all these different things. Like,
It's always nice
oh,
and cool in there. Not like,
Yeah.
you know, if I'm thinking about other places where you can get quick service in Hollywood studios, Woody's lunchbox, you will melt in the sun.
yeah.
Star Wars can tend to be more crowded. Some of it is outdoors as well. This is temperature controlled. We've like spent some time in there.
Isn't there some outdoor seating as well?
There
at the
is. There's
commissary?
options.
Yeah.
You can sit out on the pathway too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Commissary slaps.
Mhm.
Yeah. If I was doing quick service, if I wanted to do quick service in Hollywood studios, at least one of my meals would probably be at the commissary.
Yeah, I
would probably
agree.
choose to do that, even over like a pizza Rizzo moment.
Yeah. Ugh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Because that pizza, it's not that great.
Good at all.
And when they're like, oh, and here's a salad, and it's like,
Terrible. I hate to speak ill, but wow, bad. Okay. This is a film hot take. This is our last one from M on Instagram. Why is Aristocats the best background painting other than Sleeping Beauty? I feel like this is a very you statement.
I will agree. Background painting is pretty stunning. I think part of it has to do with just like the setting.
I was just going to say.
You get France, which is so romantic, lends itself to, it makes everything feel very artistic in general.
Totally agree.
Because so much art is from France, of France. And so it feels like you're watching paintings because you go to a museum and you're going to see things like this in a museum. So I think that's one reason.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got so many varying locales. You've got the countryside, you've got water, you've got trains,
we've also got daytime, variation.
nighttime. We've got storms.
Yeah.
I love the like the day after the storm, like the ripples in the water and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. But the backgrounds, they're just so evocative.
Yeah, I definitely want to live inside of those backgrounds.
Yeah. And the architecture, it's of a period of French architecture that is really, really beautiful, that I think it's because it's very specific.
Agree.
It's very specific. It's not just like it's not just like a general wash.
Yeah, and I feel like that happens when people do France, but that didn't happen here.
And then I also think it's because I think part of it is also because of the lines, if that makes sense. Like, because there's something in 101 Dalmatians as well that I would say falls in a similar category to Aristocats of those backgrounds, because it's just like you can feel the art of it. I think the way that the backgrounds almost become as much of a character in the story, especially because you've got like very bold lines for your drawings and stuff like that.
I feel like Aristocats settings walked so that Ratatouille could run.
I would agree. But Aristocats backgrounds, stunning.
Okay, let's do our final Hear Me Outs. I've got two for you. Let's start with this one. This is from Shannon from the Poor Unfortunate Fam. Her Hear Me Out is Jacques from Cinderella. And I say, yeah, he's like, if we go back to that branches of a tree thing, Jacques goes with like Tramp, Aladdin, Flynn, Roger. You know?
Yeah, just sort of like a rough around the edges.
A little rough around the
edges. There's something, in Cruella, Jasper in Cruella feels very akin to Jacques. Like,
yes,
if we were to humanize Jacques, I feel like the way that Jasper was imagined in
I agree
Cruella
with you.
feels
he was
kind of right.
Hot. Yeah, into
like
it.
Kind of gangly.
Yeah. But again, to look at the other side of it, he cares so much about her. And he does everything that he can do to make Cinderella's life better.
Yeah, he feels very like a shaggy.
I was gonna say if he was humanized, like his hair would be like, he would probably be like tossing his hair back and forth,
kind of like kind of Gordo-esque, Lizzie McGuire-y.
Oh, absolutely.
In terms of like build and just sort of like kind of awkward a bit.
That branch of that tree, 100% Gordo was on there.
But more like because of his voice, more like suave.
I actually don't get that from Jacques.
Well, no, he's like, guys, you know that? He's got like a rasp.
He does. And that's
Is he
hot.
A smoker? No.
No.
Just weed.
Just raspy. Yeah, Absolutely.
He is a stoner.
Yes, he's a stoner.
That's it. He's like stoner twink.
Yeah. Okay, if you like Jacques, I kind of know what your type is.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree. I would know what your type is.
And we have a list of them from Aaron in the fam, and I'm
Okay.
obsessed. Here we go. Ready? Don Carnage from Tailspin, the Mary Poppins Carousel Horse, the Tiki Room Quartet Birds, Ben Alligator from Fantasia, and Chernabog. And honestly, yeah, to this whole list.
Okay, I'm going to start with Chernabog.
Oh, those
The
arms?
nails,
Oh my
the arms, the
God.
abs,
The abs.
the pecs,
Yeah.
the wings.
That's easy. That's Shadow Daddy.
Shadow Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Working backwards.
Ben
then we've got
Alligator.
Ben Alligator from Fantasia. I mean,
I feel like he has a little bit of an evil bad streak, which again, I guess fits in.
yeah.
Like if you're
Exactly.
Shadow, put him in
Bad
the Shadow
boy.
Daddy branch too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I feel like if you like the Tiki Quartet Birds, I mean, not for the obvious reason, you also have a crush on
Comedians.
I feel like you also have a crush on the Dapper Dans if you like the Tiki Room Quartet Birds, not just because they're a quartet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, or you also have a crush on Bert.
Yeah.
If you like the
they're
Quartet Birds,
just like they're salt of the earth,
but
scrappy,
charming,
but multicultural.
Yeah.
They have seen the world. They travel. They're like band. They're like
the Beatles.
Yeah. Very, 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 very. Okay. Next we have
The Mary Poppins Carousel.
She's hot. I'll say it right now.
I get
She's
this
hot.
one the most in a way, but I can't really explain why. But I get it.
Her color, like you look at her and she knows she's the shit.
Yeah.
She is the color.
Sleek and like
sleek. She's smooth. She's painted.
Yeah.
She is styled.
She's
expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that she doesn't let just anybody
ride her.
Listen. I didn't say it. But it's true. She is picky and she knows that she can be.
Yeah.
And that is hot.
Classy, high end.
Classy, high end.
If you have a crush on the Mary Poppins Carousel Horse, you probably also have a crush on Aurora.
Yeah. And Aurora's hot.
Aurora's hot.
Okay, and then who was the first one?
Don Carnage from Tailspin.
Yeah.
Goes without saying. For me, that's like clear, obvious. Like,
absolutely.
Again, goes into the category of they knew what
they
were
knew
doing.
what they were doing.
Yeah. All right. This is the end. This is the last one. A Parks hot take for us to wrap it all up with. Kate on TikTok says there should be adults only days. And someone actually chimed in the comments and was like, what about an adults only sailing on the cruise line? I think some people might have a gut reaction to this being like, can you Disney adults stop it trying to take things that are for children? But if you look at it the other way, if you give us a day, we're not going to be in the way of any child. We'll do our thing, move through quickly, and then the kids can be front of the line after that.
I almost would sort of like compromise. Adults only sailing on a cruise, no brainer. Like I would like that would be great.
Also, would we be allowed to run around in the kids club? That'd be really cool.
No, I think like that's the thing. It's like the kids club, the family things like that. They're all open.
Imagine
I feel like,
all only grown adults in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I kind of love that.
Yes, though it would make
the bars
reservations for things like hell.
Oh yeah, it'd be terrible. It's already bad enough. Yeah.
But I think they're being able to stack it with enough other activities that are specifically geared towards adults, as opposed to specifically geared towards families or children, I think would offset that. There would be things that would be offered exclusively on an adults only voyage of a cruise that you wouldn't get any other time. So I think that's kind of a no-brainer. But I would almost compromise. I don't just want to say like adults only day of like the parks, because number one, they would probably be few and far between. So they'd be crowded AF. And we'd all be trying to do the same shit. But I would sort of like compromise it and say like maybe no kids after 9:30 p.m.
I was gonna say, like, some of these special parties, especially because like Disneyland has even more of them, they kind of feel like that. Like 90s night and sweetheart night, like kids aren't really at sweetheart night, you
Yeah.
know?
Like,
Yeah.
I almost feel like after the first, this is so rude, but like after the first showing of the fireworks, after the first showing of Phantasmic or whatever, kids, that's your, you out of here.
Get
And
out of
then
here.
because and then we turn it over to the adults to like do, because then I think also if you allowed for that, I think there would be a lot more patience between adult guests and guests that are going with families and
Yeah.
kids throughout the day, because the adults have a very clear agenda of the things that they're trying to do, and the people who have families, people who have young kids, are trying to do something very different, but they're occupying the same space and they're trying to do sometimes the same exact things.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of friction can happen as a result of that. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen it,
Yeah, I've
like
seen it.
like
Fighting.
fighting over fireworks, where like an adult is trying to do this one thing and someone's trying to do this other thing for their kids. It's like, well, that would be solved if there was, here's an adults only viewing of the fireworks and here's one that's geared towards
And I
allowing
would
kids to see
hope
it.
that, like, if that happened, that we would all cooperate and be like, yeah, like something like Peter Pan. I'm going to steer clear. I can go
Yeah,
on that tonight. Let the
exactly.
kids get on there more quickly so they
Exactly.
don't
Like,
have to wait forever.
and just be like, listen, I know that Fantasyland during the day, it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the kids. I can
Yeah.
go on later at night.
Yep.
I some of these things are already happening in the
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
And I think if we were to just sort of like formalize it a little bit, I think it might actually relieve some of the pressure
I agree
that's
with
on the
you.
pressure cooker. So I would
I
almost
agree.
sort of be like, the rule is after the first fireworks, nighttime spectacular, whatever.
There would, of course, be the issue of people stressing about getting their money's worth. Because, like, yes, even though younger children are exhausted by 9 o'clock, I see people keep their kids out because they're like, I paid an arm and a leg to be here. We're going to be here till it closes. So there'd be that to deal with. But I do agree with you that I think it would actually be a tension release.
But see, I feel like you could offset that by then reducing the price of the ticket
Mm-hmm.
for a family with children, where it's like, I'm an adult who's not staying in the park for the late hours. So it's like you're not paying for extra hours that you're not going to be able to use. Like you could do that.
Yeah. I was going to say, I feel like the two themes of this have been capitalism and nostalgia.
Capitalism and nostalgia.
But it is, I feel like Disney parks are inching closer to some of these ideas with now more lounges being adults only.
Mm-hmm.
So they're moving towards that, like specific areas or specific times or whatever for adults. I think it's the right direction to move in.
But I think another thing to do would be to have more sort of like dedicated days. Like even like when you go see Broadway shows or something like that, where it's like, oh, this is like this is LGBTQ night at the theater or whatever, where it's like we impress upon more of these types of people going, as opposed to just being like adults only or something like that, where you can sort of like set some intentionality around who is going to be in the park that day, and then people can sort of like plan accordingly.
I feel like these parties are achieving that in a lot of ways. I mean, it's different because it's extra money, but it's like, yeah, Sweethearts Night is probably going to skew towards adults, or 90s Night is going to be for people who were there in the 90s and want to relive it. So it's starting. Like I can feel it's starting.
Yeah.
In some way.
But I think I would take adults only days and I would shrink it to more adults only evenings.
I'm here for it. Okay.
Capitalism and nostalgia,
Capitalism
people.
and nostalgia, baby. And like every Disney character can be hot.
Every Disney character can be hot. Capitalism is ruining a lot of stuff. And
nostalgia might be clouding our vision in ways we don't even understand.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We might be relying too heavily on nostalgia that we are sacrificing our own innovation and creativity.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the lesson of this wild card. Also,
Yeah.
that Conor can't do this. I can't do it. When I have an opinion, if someone confronts me with an opinion that I have a different opinion on,
I'm
I
pretty
can't
sure that
necessarily
I thought
take
of
their
an episode
side.
idea at one point that was like, oh, that was that, but it's just between the two of us where it's like we had to take the opposite viewpoint. It wouldn't work.
No, I think we just learned that.
Good to know. This was a fact-finding mission.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that.
Thank you for your submissions, everybody.
Thank you for
Those
your
were
submissions.
great.
Thank you for
Yeah.
your submissions. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you didn't, don't tell us. If you did, make sure that you hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast or watching the podcast. That way all of our episodes download to your device. Make sure that you get notifications so that when anything is new, it pops up for you. And then this is that moment where you're going to hit 5 stars. You're going to leave a written review. You're going to leave a comment wherever you're listening or watching, because that is what is helping other people find this. And then watch how badly I play this quote unquote game that we just did. So thank you for taking the time that it takes to do that.
And please follow us on social media. We are at Poor Unfortunate Podcast everywhere: TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, you name it. As I always say, social media played such a huge role in this episode. Most of our submissions came from social media. It was so fun to start some of these discussions with all of you on all of these different platforms. So please find us on whatever your favorite is. And if you want even more Poor Unfortunate podcasts in your life, please join our private Facebook group, the Poor Unfortunate Fam. We have over 100 members in there. We talk about the episodes. We talk about Disney news, about our trips. It's a safe place to share opinions like these. So thank you to those of you who shared some very vulnerable Disney hot takes. Also, I think I've mentioned this previously, but if there's any other way that you're interested in connecting with us and with other listeners that we're not thinking of, let us know, because I know like Facebook, not a lot of people are on Facebook. So if you have other thoughts, we would love to hear them.
Yeah,
we'd
if you're
love to
like
see
a
you if you
Discord
wanna join. Yeah,
person, let me
Discord.
know if that's like a thing.
Yeah, if there's something we don't know about. But in the meantime, we would love to meet you in the fam and hear about what you want us to cover on the podcast.
And if you're looking for merch, the Poor Unfortunate shop is open. It's poorunfortunatepodcast.com/shop. All kinds of different merchandise that's there and available to you all. And as I always say, it does take us a little bit of money to keep the podcast up and running and coming to you. We do have a PayPal account. It is linked in the episode description and in the website links on our social media accounts. Truly, anything that you have to spare goes a long way for us. It could be $1, $5, $10. It could be more than that. It could be a one-time donation. It could be a monthly donation. It all just goes right back into the podcast, helping us keep it free and ad-free for the most part. And to all of our monthly donors, thank you so much. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. All right. Well,
that was
ride
interesting. And a half.
Yeah, that's a new ride. New ride. Well, we will be back with some more Caroline What's New, and then we will start our final cycle of the season.
Oh my God, I forgot. Wow.
With a rant and rave. And
the end of season 4. Wow.
Yeah, then we'll be ending season 4 and then gearing up to go right into season 5 because we do that. So, but we'll be back very soon in your ears and in your faces. So until then, Beluga Sabruga.